So I have an update on my Beast tire install. After the tires were installed, I noticed my bike was cutting out. And right after I had the tires installed, I stopped to get gas, like right by the tire shop. So I was diagnosing the problem as a fuel issue, which turned out, regardless, I dumped the tank out and found massive amounts of debris in my tank, dirt and whatnot. So I was going down that road. And this whole time I've been riding my bike, the way my phone mounts, it blocks a portion of the display because my phone mounts right here on my quad lock. I have it horizontally, but it still blocks, blocks like the lower half. Well, anyway, the bottom line is, right after the tire installed, my bike kept cutting out around 7,000 RPM. And I thought, okay, and I literally tore the bike apart multiple times, changing plugs, changing ignition coils, filters. Kept thinking it was a fuel issue, fuel ignition issue. Well, then I started riding and I happened to glance, behind my phone when it was cutting out. And what has happened, I saw the traction control light blinking when it was cutting out. And I thought, well, that's frickin' interesting. So I turned off traction control and oh my God, lo and behold, it's gone. There's no more problem. The problem is these Beast tires, which must be an extremely hard compound because my little paltry 450 NK with 49.6 horsepower under hard acceleration at 8,000 RPM spins the tire and breaks traction with the traction control on. Or, the traction control is obviously preventing it by cutting the engine. But my paltry little 50 horsepower bike can spin a larger tire because I did go up, in size on my tire. So this bike spins the Beast Warrior tire, which just says that the Beast Warrior tire is a very hard compound. So I'll be riding without traction control for a while to get these things roughed up good and break them in good, which is not an issue for me because I've been riding my whole life without traction control. This is the first bike that I've ever had a traction control system. So for me to ride with it off is not an issue. So, and with traction control off on this bike, it's kind of like sport mode in a way because it takes away the 10,500 RPM limit. It runs a little quicker, it runs a little harder. It does run differently, from a acceleration standpoint. So we're going to get them roughed up nice and good and then see what happens after, 300, 400, or 500 more kilometers. And if they're still slipping, Pirelli, here we come.